answer now. Greetings, everyone. Lovely to see you. We've had a change of time today because we have other things on this afternoon. So this is a midday Facebook Live with Senses, and I'd like to welcome everybody that's joining from Malaysia and Singapore. Hi, everybody. Lovely. So we have Power Protein for you today, and it's our new Keto Tea. This is organic pea protein powder, and we're just absolutely thrilled. It's going to be with us early November down in Singapore. They've set it up in Malaysia and sent me a sample, and I've been experimenting with it. So it's fun. Today we're going to do smoothies with it, and later on we'll probably do bars and truffles and soups and all kinds of things, because this is an absolutely fantastic organic protein. Protein, why do we need it? Protein is an essential macronutrient, just like vitamin B and C, the B group and the C vitamins, and we need that on a daily basis. We're able to store fat and carbs, but the body doesn't store protein. So protein we have to take in every day to help build muscle, repair tissue, and also to make enzymes and hormones to keep our body functioning. If you eat a diet rich in meat, fish, dairy products, or eggs, and you don't do intense weight training or lifting a vegetable basket, you may not need to add to your protein intake. The recommended daily intake for women is 46 if they're more than 46 grams if they're more than 19 years old, and 56 grams if they're more than 19 years old for men. Okay, so it's good to know roughly how much protein you eat so you can keep your nutritional needs in balance. So as I mentioned, the people who would be needing extra protein would be athletes, obviously, bodybuilders, those who would find difficulty perhaps achieving enough protein intake but on a daily basis would be vegans and vegetarians. And of course, this is a vegetarian vegan protein powder, which may be a very interesting addition to the diet if you're vegetarian or vegan. So it's good to try and calculate your nutritional needs, check with your doctor or dietitian about supplementing with protein powder, because we don't know what you eat, but we know that this is very good. So I was told that roughly the size of my palm is the amount of protein that I needed to eat when I was younger. But of course, now I'm getting old. So as you age, so you actually need more protein, because otherwise you do suffer from something called sarcopenia. Okay? Now, if you're 50 years old or over, sarcopenia or muscle loss is quite a common condition, and it will affect about 10% of adults over 50. They have a higher protein requirement, and by that time, at least I am, set in my dietary patterns, and I was unaware that I'm increasing. I need more protein. So I have been aware that I'm getting weaker, for sure. Lifting the heavy baskets is not as easy as it used to be. So I'm beginning to put more attention on my diet, and I took the smoothies yesterday and I found them very, very beneficial. I'm also trying to lose weight to make it easier to lift the basket. So it has a way of making you feel full as well. Most people know that if they eat more protein, then they have less need for carbohydrates. Balance is always the key, but this is a very, very useful powder to add to your diet to cope with sugar cravings, to cope with excess exercise, and to cope with aging. Okay, so we have 3 smoothies that we're going to have a look at now. And I'd just like to tell you a little bit about the protein itself. It's simply pure dried peas. And they mechanically process it and put it into a solution and take out some of the fiber and starch that causes flatulence. So it's a very good supplement and extremely versatile, and you can use it in both sweet and savory dishes. As I mentioned, I'm going to use it in smoothies today, but I will be showing you other recipes later on towards the end of the year. So I hope that you will understand that this can boost your healthy lifestyle, and I hope also that you will find that the smoothies appeal to your taste buds. I experimented on a few people, and there were some positive results and some kind of So obviously it's a matter of taste, but it is something that is extremely beneficial to you. So peas are legumes, right? So they are grown as a crop and has been grown as a crop for thousands of years. And they're a very, very useful crop for the farmer to grow because, of course, they're nitrogen-fixing plants. So they don't require a lot of water, and they put nitrogen back into the soil. So this is a win-win-win situation. They also, obviously, give off fewer greenhouse gases. So if you're comparing pea protein with a steak, for example, obviously pea protein wins hands down for sustainability. There is one problem with peas. Although they do contain all essential amino acids, they're quite low in methionine. But you can balance that by eating other things. Obviously, the one we've talked about very often is you have a grain and you have a legume. So you can have pea protein in your smoothie in the morning, and you can have rice later on for lunch, and you will have balanced the lysine with the methionine. So that's really good. So the peas are rich in protein. For example, 1/4 cup of the whole dried yellow peas that would go into something like a nice Indian dal would provide you with 11 grams of protein, while a whole cup of milk, which I also enjoy, will only give me 8 grams. So again, this is high protein, relatively speaking. So they do contain a lot of the branched chain amino acids that you need for muscle building. They have leucine, isoleucine, and valine, which promote muscle growth. And they also have heart-healthy arginine. And it's arginine that I want to really recommend to you here because it's exciting. It speeds up protein synthesis. It helps to build the muscles, obviously, and it breaks down into something called citrulline and nitric oxide in the body. Nitric oxide is key to relaxing blood vessels. So we call that vasodilation. It improves the flow and, of course, reduces blood pressure. So if you have high blood pressure, then peas, legumes are something very, very useful to incorporate into your diet. And this is an easy form of doing that. It also soothes angina, obviously for the same reason, and plays a beneficial role in wound healing. So that's arginine. So this protein powder is great for the cardiovascular system. Research from Canada suggests that it also may be potentially beneficial for those suffering from severe kidney disease and the associated high blood pressure problems again. It's thought that it may help delay or even prevent kidney damage because it increases urine production, restoring it back to normal levels. They're not quite sure of the exact mechanism, but they think it has something to do with the COX-1, cyclooxygenase 1, apparently is the longer term, and that's a protein that boosts kidney function. In several animal and human studies, it has shown also to improve cholesterol levels. There is some fiber left in it, obviously. You often hear me talking about legumes and fiber, and that's very, very beneficial. So unlike protein powders, like soy or milk, it's also very relatively low on the allergen scale. I mean, some people are going to be allergic to peas, but it would be very useful for people like me that are somewhat allergic to milk and soy protein. So as I said, I experimented with it yesterday. It seemed to suit my body very well, and I'm very happy to add it to my diet. Just going to have some tea. Okay. So protein powders are very popular with athletes, weightlifters, and very useful for older adults. And in reality, in developed countries, protein deficiency is not common. But as I said, it's useful. And what I've done with the smoothies is I've targeted another problem with our diet. So our diets very often don't contain enough fresh fruit and vegetables. And that's the biggest dietary mistake because we're eating a lot of processed food, right? So excessive consumption of the protein powders is not advisable, but I've used 1 tablespoonful in a big smoothie, or in one of them I've used 2. So not a lot, just a little boost, a little step up, if you like, helping you with your healthy lifestyle. So on to the recipes. We have, first of all, something called a very berry smoothie. And for that, I'm taking a very big handful. I'm just going to wash my hands. Hang on. Okay, so a very big handful of our organic baby spinach. Here's my jug. I'm just using a Blendtec, which is a very good blender. Ooh, we have a close-up coming. Very good. So that's a nice big handful of the baby spinach going in. I did rinse it, obviously, and spin dry it, but there's still a little bit of water, which has kept it nice and fresh. Very good. And we're going to put in the blueberries. These are our organic blueberries. I'll show you the packet for the baby spinach so you can recognize it in the shop. Oh, yeah. Very good. So that's coming in on a regular basis from Italy. We're very lucky. You can see it's a very good quality spinach. Baby spinach, of course, is excellent for your skin. The blueberries are coming in from Argentina at the moment. We do get them in from Spain, but this lot is from Argentina and they're very sweet. Okay, so we're going to put in a cupful of blueberries. I've measured it out already. Okay, there they go. Very good. And then we have a quarter of a cup of the white beans. And I've used the cannellini beans. This is a BPA-free can. It's La Day. It's coming in from Holland. And I found their products to be very nice. The cannellini I have chosen because they're relatively neutral. So they add the fiber and the texture, but they're very mild in flavor. So here we go. Just a quarter of a cup of beans. Very good. Then we're going to have a quarter of a teaspoonful of our organic Ceylon cinnamon powder. This is Ceylon cinnamon powder. So very, very good for you. And not difficult for your liver, as the cassia is. Okay, so it's just a scant quarter teaspoonful. And then we're going to have 2 cups of the almond milk. So this almond milk is dairy-free. There's brown rice in there, of course it's organic, no added sugar, and no thickeners. I found that with some of the packaged nut and grain milk, that the thickeners actually cause my digestive system unhappiness, shall we say. So this is 2 cups of unsweetened almond milk. There we go. I'm just going to check through the recipe. Baby spinach, check. Blueberries, check. Pea protein. So here's the pea protein itself. And you can see, not a strong smell and not a very strong taste. So we're just putting 1 tablespoonful, that's just a level tablespoonful, in the top like that. Very, very simple. No additives in this, of course. This is organic pea protein, and that's that. Okay, pea protein, white beans, cinnamon powder, almond milk. Very good. And we're just going to do that on the whole juice program. There we go. Don't be distressed by the color, it's good for you. We looked at it and we wondered, but then we tasted it and it was really excellent. What happens if you add blue, black, and green together? So it's nicely blended. Of course, you have the anthocyanins from the blueberries as well as the fiber. So not only is there the wonderful pea protein in there, but there's also a lot of fiber, which is going to be beneficial for your overall health. There we go. And I'm going to pop it into this jar. And then I'm going to prove it's drinkable by drinking some. There we go. I actually had some of yesterday's for breakfast too, I have to admit. Would you like some too?
Okay.
If you watch left, there you go.
Alright.
Give this a wash. Okay, so there it is. You can. Yes.
Fantastic.
I can drink that, no problem. I can feel the goodness going down. Very good.
The blueberry actually cover the bitterness of the tea.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm very happy with it. Very happy because I'm getting the goodness of the spinach in you, and I'm getting the goodness of the blueberries plus the protein from the pea protein. So I'm very happy with it. Thank you very much, boss. Very good. Okay, so I just finished washing out the cylinder and we'll go on to the next one. Pumpkin. Okay. Very good. All right. Get my glass to rinse as well. Always good to rinse things straight away, and it's easier to clean. So now we have probably my favorite, which is the pumpkin pea protein smoothie. And all I've done is very simply steamed absolutely delicious Japanese pumpkin that comes in from Australia. This is, as you know, one of my favorite things. You see me making pumpkin soup on a normal year, not this year perhaps, but there you go. So I'm just going to add that. This is 2 cups that I've measured out here. I'm just going to slide that in. Break the last bit in. Don't want to waste any of this co-vitaminary rich vegetable. It's probably one of my favorite vegetables, at least. So that's our 2 cups of pumpkin. We're going to balance that with 2 cups again of the almond milk. There we go. A little bit left of something else. We're going to have 2 of our pitted dates. These are our dates. They come in from Egypt. They're organic dates. And you can see they're already pitted. No stone, right? 1, 2. Very good. And the good thing about the sugar in dates is that it's bound up in the fiber. So it's not going to spike your blood sugar. But it adds a nice sweetness. And as I said, this was my favorite one yesterday. So 1 tablespoonful again of the pea protein. There we go. Put it back on. Very convenient container, that one. And again, 1/4 of a teaspoonful of the Ceylon cinnamon. That's always something that's very good for your blood sugar. There we go. All in and ready. And then we'll just pop it on the machine again and press the button. Beautiful orange colour from the pumpkin. And I think you can see how easy and how fast it is to have a very nutritious smoothie. This is a good blender, but the Thermomix, of course, will do it just as well. It's just that with this one, you can see what's going on, so it's more interesting. Okay. So here's our beautiful pumpkin smoothie. Love this one. Ooh, look at that. Talk about goodness. So that's beautiful steamed pumpkin there. And I'm going to be mean and scrape the last bit out. Don't want to waste any of this. You'd be surprised how much is actually on the side. Or maybe not. Anyway, I want it in the jug. There we go. Okay. Start that again. Okay. So here's our beautiful pumpkin smoothie. Yeah. Some for you. There we go. I'll just give you a little bit. I don't want to absolutely fill you. How's that? As good as yesterday? Very good. Okay. I get the thumbs up again. I'm happy. Very good. Okay. We have a nice clean jug again. I'm just going to have a little bit of that. Cheers, everybody. Your good health. Oh, man, that's good. That's really good. Okay. Oh. Pumpkin lovers everywhere. And then our last one is for chocolate lovers. And I've heard apparently it's not that we love chocolate, it's that our gut bacteria love chocolate. Well, my gut bacteria love chocolate. So let's go. Here we go. Last one. So for this, I'm using one of our beautiful conference pears. There. Where are we? Here. These are our conference pears. Here we go. You got them? Okay, in focus now. And those are coming in from Holland, of course, because they've just had the autumn harvest. So those are fantastic conference pears. The pear has more fiber in even than the apple. So again, very, very good for your whole constitution. I recommend eating as many pears as you can while pear season is with us because it's very short. Apples we can keep longer, but pears we only have for a short while. So I'm just going to give it a wash. I did wash it, but I'll rewash it. And I'm going to top and tail it. There we go. Yeah. And I'm going to pour it. See, there's hardly any pour there. I'm just going to take this bottom bit out. Have as much fibre as possible. Okay, so I'm going to pop that in the jug. And do the other half. So this, I'm putting a whole pear in. The pear also has a very nice sweetness. But again, we're talking sweetness found up in the fibre. So we're not talking white sugar, processed food sweetness. I'm going to be a bit kinder to the blender. I think I'll chop it up. Make it easier for the poor blender. And of course, because it's an organic pear, we are eating the skin because it has more fibre in it and more antioxidants. So this is just half a cup of our organic roasted Turkish hazelnut. You can find these in the shops in the dried section. They're roasted already, so I don't have to do anything to them at all. Just measure them out and pour them in. There we go. Fantastic. Okay. 2 cups of filtered water, which I measured out already, so I'm just going to pour that in. There we go. Now, I just want to stress, this is a chocolate hazelnut pea protein smoothie for those with a less sweet tooth. Okay? So we experimented yesterday and we decided if you're going to do it for children, then you may want to add something like the barley malt sweetener. Now this is what we introduced last week, one of the sweeteners that we actually make the snow candy with, and I think I also put it into the gingerbread men that's going in the weekly newsletter, a monthly newsletter, okay? So barley malt sweetener, that's a very good sweetener, and that adds also very many nutritious substances. Very good. Okay, I'm not putting it in because we don't need the extra sweetness. We're just going to use the dates. Again, just 2 dates. So these are the unpitted fever dates coming in from Egypt. Just check nobody's made a mistake and left the stone in. There, no. And you can see they're quite small. Okay. 2 tablespoonfuls this time of the pea protein powder. Again, just level tablespoonful. There we go. So that's our protein. And now, I'm going to have to give that a wipe because I'm going to use it for the cacao. And this is our Spanish organic cacao powder. It's just pure cacao, nothing added at all. So no milk, no sugar, no nothing. Just the raw cacao powder. Try and get in there. Again, level tablespoonful. You want to balance. There we go. I'm going to get chocolate powder everywhere, but never mind. And we're going to put in half a teaspoonful of organic vanilla extract. So there's my half. So it adds a really nice flavor in. So, conference here, water, roasted hazelnut, dates, cacao powder, pea protein, and the vanilla extract are all in. All I need now is my lid. Let me just press the button again. We're getting something like a Nutella shape here. Very good. So here's our final smoothie. Again, you can see how fast it was. Very, very simple smoothie to boost your health. Here we go. One for you and one for me. Cheers, everybody. Chocolate hazelnut pea protein shake. Delicious. It's really like a food, yeah? Very, very good. Well, that's my lunch done. I hope you've enjoyed them. You can see how simple they are. And I hope you can understand also how beneficial they are. So we've taken the pea protein, which is very earth-friendly. And we've taken our wonderful fresh fruit and vegetables. And we've come up with 3 very simple recipes. And I'm sure one of them, at least, will appeal to you. So we have berry protein smoothie with the blueberries. We have pumpkin protein smoothie with the pumpkin, absolutely delicious, probably my favorite. And we have the chocolate hazelnut pea protein shake. Thanks very much for joining. Have a great day ahead. Catch you next week. Bye-bye.